Good Thursday afternoon. My name is Jerry Miller. Welcome to the I Love CVille Show. Good to be with you. Great program lined up for you. We have some innovation. You've seen it all month from us. I encourage you small business owners to do the same. Keep positive, keep innovating. Well, we've done that with Skype in this program and made this program, I think, a lot more dynamic and that we can welcome a lot more people to the program. Today, 3 guests lined up for the I Love CVille Show. We are live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world, of course, on the I Love CVille Network. To start the program in about 5 minutes, Brian Schornberg, the wedding and events coordinator at Keswick Vineyards. We'll get the temperature in the events, the wedding, and the vineyard category from one of the good guys in this business. His family, I admire tremendously. Al, an innovator in the space. Al Schornberg, the founder of the brand. We're just going to catch up with Brian and see what's going on at Keswick. Also in the category from a macro standpoint as well. We'll also catch up with Patricia Zeller. Patricia Zeller is the businesswoman behind Animal Connection. She also does events like Dog Fest in the Ix Art Park, the most fun outdoor party for dogs with music and vendors and food trucks and beer. Just a lot of fun. She's fantastic, and her business is up. Pattie's business at Animal Connection is up in this COVID-19 climate, so we'll talk to her about that. Hunter Smith is going to join us at about 1:20. Hunter Smith is the man behind Champion Brewing Company, of course. His brand, Champion, is doing an extension of its brand in Gordonsville, and this extension is called Ice House. We're going to catch up with him. He's partnered with Craig Hartman and Chris Henry, so I'm really excited for that. We are an advertising agency at I Love CVille and VMV Brands. We work with small business owners from our satellite office in New Providence, New Jersey, all the way down to Asheville, North Carolina. Most of our clients in the Commonwealth here in Central Virginia, we love to work with brands like Interstate Pest and Service Companies, a 4-generation family business that employs almost 100 team members locally. Interstate, awesome people. And Scott Wagner Chiropractic and Sports Medicine, the good doctor, Dr. Wagner, changing people's lives through physical therapy and chiropractic care. Guys, new segment debuting right now. Judah, get ready for headlines, please. I'm going to want to cut this into a sizzle reel starting right about now. So here are the I Love CVille headlines on Thursday, April 16th. It just happens to be my father's birthday. The first headline I want to go to is Hunter Smith, the entrepreneur and businessman, the social entrepreneur and conscious capitalist, the husband and father. This gentleman, I've been so impressed with how he's continued to make his brand more robust. He's now introducing this via Charlottesville 29 and the fabulous Simon Davidson, the Ice House. And it's a place you can get cold beer, hot chicken, and good friends. Now, I'm going to let Hunter give you the nitty-gritty about this about 1:20. He's kind enough to join us on the program, but Hunter is partnering with Craig Hartman, the barbecue aficionado. Yes, Craig Hartman knows barbecue like the Pope knows holy water. So Craig Hartman and Hunter Smith and Chris Henry, the fabulous builder and developer, are making this brand a reality. And I'm excited to welcome, and Judah, you're running through those screenshots and headlines, right? Give me a thumbs up on that. Oh, fantastic. So I'm excited to welcome Hunter in the program to talk about this. I've been impressed with how Hunter has continued to develop his brand. He is unafraid to take chances. We saw that in Stonefield with was it Champion Grill. We saw him opening up a brewery at the base of Belmont, right at a bridge, and he kills it. I mean, his Missile is one of the great IPAs. He's unafraid to go to Richmond. He closes Richmond because he realizes Richmond's not great for him. Props to Hunter Smith with this new brand extension in the Ice House in Gordonsville. We'll talk to Hunter about that at the 1:20 marker. The next headline I'd like to feature, Judah, on the program is one from Ryan Zimmerman. I don't know if you saw this in the Daily Progress, and please play those screenshots. Ryan Zimmerman is a guy that was a third baseman at the UVA baseball team. I was a sports writer for the Daily Progress when I was fresh out of UVA. And one of the beats that I had the privilege to cover was the UVA baseball team and Brian O'Connor's first year. And I was talking to Brian O'Connor in the press box as a doe-eyed and precocious 22-year-old. And I said, Coach O'Connor, who are you excited about? He said, there's this guy, Ryan Zimmerman, that's really good. And now Ryan Zimmerman, we know him, a World Series champion, one of the best, probably the best, undoubtedly the best Washington National in the history of that franchise. I think is a Hall of Famer. Ryan Zimmerman, and play the screenshots, a $100,000 gift for healthcare workers. I love that. I said this yesterday in the show, the healthcare workers are the stars of the world right now. When people talk about people that go to their job and put their life on the line, and go to their job and are unsure about the safety of their health and the safety of their well-being, you immediately think military personnel. Well, in today's times, you're not thinking military personnel. You're thinking frontline folks that work in the, doctors, nurses, aides, people like that. Those are the heroes that we should be celebrating. And I love what Ryan Zimmerman, Zim is just a fabulous guy, $100,000 gift. That's something that should be championed. And that's something that we're championing today on the I Love CVille show. One more positive headline I'd like to get to you. I think you should follow this closely because I'm curious to see how this impacts Charlottesville City Council and how it impacts the Albemarle County Board of Supervisors. Judah, play the headline from NBC 29 and Nelson County's Board of Supervisors, who are offering even more tax relief. Now, guys, this isn't tax relief in totality. This is a portion of tax relief for entrepreneurs and small business owners in the Nelson County community. It's specifically tax relief related to machinery and other equipment, vehicles, and property that's associated with the business. Nelson County's Board of Supervisors is not asking its business owners, is offering relief and saying, hey, you don't have to pay these taxes for the first half of 2020. That's amazing. Now, that's going to cost Nelson County a little over $2 million. $2,051,542 to be exact. But the Board of Supervisors in Nelson County said that's a price we're willing to pay to get our business community back to where it stands. I'm relaying this message because I appreciate the courage and the chutzpah and the vision that's showcased by Nelson County's Board of Supervisors offering this tax relief to residents and businesses. I appreciate that. And I'm very curious, and I think you should pressure everyone that's watching this program, and I will do it and lead the charge, everyone should pressure our Charlottesville city councilors to offer similar tax relief to business owners and residents, and our Albemarle County Board of Supervisors. They can call emergency meetings and emergency orders just like Nelson County has done and help us as well. So those are three positive headlines I'm following very closely. I have three sobering headlines that we're going to get to as well, but we'll do that in between Brian Schornberg and Patricia Zeller. So I got Brian and 30 seconds, Brian, we're going to call you. Then we have Patricia Zeller at the top of the hour and Hunter Smith at Champion Hospitality Group at about 1:20. Judah, I'm giving Brian a phone call now. And Brian, I'm excited to welcome you to the program. Judah, he is on the line. We'll go to you here shortly. Give us the thumbs up if we're ready for that, J-Dubs. Judah's our fabulous director today on the program, and he's been with us for 8 years. I am now getting the thumbs up for Judah to go to Brian Schorberg. Brian, my friend, welcome to the program. How are you?
Thanks.
I understand the feeling. I think that's very well put. Why don't we take a moment to introduce yourself to the viewing public?
Absolutely. My name is Brian Schornberg, and my family found me years ago, and so I've been helping out around the farm for the last 10 years or so, and doing my part, I guess, to thrive.
Well said. Well said. All right, so let's go to it. You guys are innovating. You guys are pivoting. I was chatting on Facebook with your father about how you're making a partnership with restaurants we're excited to spotlight. Before we get to that, just what is the temperature in kind of like the vineyard winery event category?
Well, Barnard, who I'm sure you're familiar with, our winemaker, my brother-in-law. He was actually out there trying to fight off the price and So, despite everything that's happening, the vineyard is alive and still full production mode. So we're doing really all we can to keep the vineyard, the winery, and everything going. Finding a spot, I guess, in the economy. So, we keep all of our staff on board so that we haven't had any layoffs, and just making sure that every job in a new role and now. So I think spirits are high, and we're really excited actually to see
I love
what
that.
all we can
And I respect
do,
your family so much
in
for
this
that. Have tremendous
new
respect,
economy.
as you know, for your father and admire what you guys have built in Keswick. You guys are pioneers in this Virginia industry. You have people already giving you props. Claire Francis says, hi, Brian. I can't wait for Keswick Vineyards to open again. Bashir from Bashir's on the downtown mall, it says Keswick Vineyards is absolutely fantastic. Tim in Crozet says, I cannot wait to take my family to Keswick Vineyards. Enjoy, he said he loved when you had the live zoo out in Keswick Vineyards so his kids could pet the animals. More comments like this coming in support of you guys. How about the need, and your family embodies this quality, I'm trying to do the same with our family and our team, the need to be positive, pivot, innovate, and not just put your head in the sand and say, what the hell am I going to do? Throw that to you.
Yeah. Absolutely. From Castle Hill across the street from Keswick Vineyards, and which is it's kind of a friend in the world, and it's a difficult time, but it's also exciting that I was essentially just creating a whole new business now, and approaching everybody and interacting with our consumers in a different way. So one of the most right out the gate was that we didn't want to lose touch with our customers, our fan base, our followers, and so going virtual right away was important. And I think Stephen has done an incredible job with his virtual tape. We're trying to do more collaborations with other people and just have more activities in general. So in terms of spirits, keeping our spirits up and keeping engaged with our customers, that's absolutely important. I certainly hope that on the other side of this, everyone can reopen their door, welcome everyone back happily. In some businesses that have just shut their doors and just and I'm really thankful that my whole family has not done that, and that we are actively engaging with everybody. It's important for a business now to take on this new industry, this new economy, and this new approach, because who knows how long
sobering
we'll have
question
to operate
for you.
like
We
this.
saw that the small business loans were now tapped. We're not sure if there's going to be another round of small business loans issued. What do you think it's going to look like when we're on the other side of this?
That is a tough question. So, as I said before, there are some businesses that really embrace kind of virtual economy and way of interacting with people. And those who have really embraced it, I think, will come out the other side better, actually, keeping that fan base and even growing it in this time. So I think we are among those that will come off because we have been engaging people so thoroughly. And I know, I'm family with now, and I know they've done the same thing. They've been really fantastic at engaging this. So I think there are some of us that will, despite whether or not the small business, I think we will come out the other side great. It might be a smaller playing field at that point, but I know that there are a lot of people and a lot of wineries that we've been collaborating with and working with and friends with that are also doing an excellent job. So from the community has been outstanding.
Okay. We are having where the audio's a little choppy right now. I think I got it back. Is it good with you, Judah? I'm seeing. All right, Brian, you're coming in clearly. We got questions from Andre Xavier coming in here. Andre, I'm going to get to this question in a matter of moments. I want to get positive out here now. Vineyards and wineries and wine and restaurants, they go hand in hand. Dude, you're a foodie. I'm a foodie.
Yes.
We love this community for the food
Absolutely.
and for the restaurants. Talk to us about what you got cooking.
Yeah, no, I think if you live in Charlottesville, you are a foodie. That's just it's definitely been important for us to pair wine with food. We've been reaching out to some restaurants and especially food trucks in this new kind of way of the world. Trucks, they don't really have as much of a stream as they used to. We've been partnering with some food trucks like Pharmacy Food Truck, Blue Ridge Pizza, and programs where we can actually deliver the wine and food straight to your door. It's out at the vineyard all the time. So we want to keep that same kind of positivity and same atmosphere going where, hey, you can have a bottle of wine and a pizza or a quesadilla, and then we'll bring it. You can still hang out with us virtually. You can listen to music, and it's not that nothing has changed, but we can keep that same positive involvement going.
Do you think, obviously, the direct-to-consumer model is phenomenal for businesses because you have a much better margin. How do you see this taking over your business moving forward? You and I both socially savvy guys when it comes to digital and media. I think it's becoming prioritized even more. I mean, let's be honest, if anyone could have jumped on Netflix prior to this, they would have done really well with the stock market. We're going to rely on this more when we get on the other side of that. What's the play there with all your colleagues with direct-to-consumer and the internet?
Yeah, I mean, we are it was almost serendipitous, I guess. This consumer seminar in California, and was direct to consumer e-commerce strategy for Keswick just before all this happened. So it was that I was already kind of working on this. I think direct to consumer is huge, and ABC has been absolutely wonderful with working with wineries and making sure that we can keep our direct TC relationships going. That restaurants are still key, grocery stores are still key, and we do want to have our wines present there. Widespread in the country, wholesale is important. But I think those DTC relationships, through Instagram, Facebook, through website, through all these different channels, I think it's fantastic. I think that's really key for all the wineries in Virginia right now.
I'm seeing 8 or 9 photographers watching. And that's obviously a reflection of you guys having a phenomenal venue for weddings and events and people taking photos there. You got one of the most photographic, welcoming event venues out there. Events, weddings.
Yes.
What's going to happen here? I mean, that is in a lot of ways Charlottesville. Charlottesville's restaurants. It's UVA. It's what you guys do. What's going to happen here?
Yeah, that's a really tough question, obviously, right now. I will say I've developed an eye twitch over the last
Me too.
weeks. We have been finding for a lot of our couples in the spring, those that are having to move, and we great date for all of our couples, and really make a seamless transition. Spring weddings to now into fall weddings. So we're going to have this fall back to back. But I think they're all still able to have their events going. So it's very uncertain right now. We're living in an uncertain time with the very hopeful that coming out the other side of this will all be a little bit more of what we're touching. Who were around, I suppose, but I don't see it continue on. And that's
I agree.
Really what
I think they may be slightly different and potentially not as robust in numbers. Throw that to you.
Right. No, absolutely. I've seen a lot of creative ideas for family members or friends who are not able to travel into the wedding, whether it's Skyping in for the ceremony or having digital messages read out loud at the reception, different ways of welcoming their guests or folks who are immunocompromised. I think we'll see a lot more creative stuff. It could be that events now maybe have like 200 to 300 digitally present. We're all getting used to this new.
Yeah, right. My director's saying the
this
internet connection a little choppy here. You and I are communicating perfectly, a little choppy here, but people are connecting and hearing you. I mean, it's crazy to me because this is like, we in what we do, we have to study and watch human behavior and trends. And this is going to change human behavior perhaps forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I myself when I saw designer masks for sale on my Facebook stream, heated masks and jewelry and everything, and I thought, hey, that's where we are now. That's the next trend.
Well, what am I missing here? I want to get as much positive news out there as possible about Keswick Vineyards and your brand and your family. I love you guys. I miss coming out there with you, with my wife and our 2-year-old. Anything I'm missing here, the show is yours.
Hey, no, we appreciate it. We miss all of our fans. We miss people coming out to the vineyard. Our wedding vendors, Andre, Claire, the photographers. We back out here again at Keswick. But I think right now I'm just so thankful that we have been able to maintain our entire. We haven't had to lay anybody off or make any salary changes or anything. The support that that Charlottesville is showing through our website, Instagram, through our virtual chats is really just phenomenal, and we're honestly so the support that people have shown. So we've been doing these wine bundles where you can buy a wine collection at a discounted price and have them shipped directly to your door for free, or we'll deliver them. People have been really buying into those bundles, and all of the proceeds from those go to supporting the staff directly. It's been huge. People have been loving those, and we've been really loving all the support too. So it's honestly Charlotte's such a great community, and I wish
you guys the best. Seriously, thank you. You have a good one. All right, thank you. That guy is awesome. A little choppy with the connection in Keswick. I live on that side of town now, guys. Alan, Brian, I got to come see you when this is over. I'm right around the corner from you. Choppy connection a little bit, but I love the message and why we were encouraged. And Pattie Zeller is going to join us here shortly, Judah. I'm going to try to get Pattie Zeller on the line just to give you a heads up. I love the family business, hope to be one at one time. My kids too, so no pressure there. I grew up in a family business. My brother and I grew up in what was the copier room, and the times when businesses needed rooms allocated for an entire print copier. And my dad was a CPA. My mom was the office administrator, and there were 2 other team members, so it was a team of 4. And my mom would greet the clients, and my dad would service and do the business, and my mom made sure things stayed organized, and it was just a very well-oiled machine. My brother and I were raised essentially in this business, whether outside in the parking lot or behind the building or in the copier room. And I love family businesses. They're in my blood. And I love businesses that are innovating, which is the Schornberg and Keswick Vineyards business, and Pattie Zeller's business that's going to join us shortly. What I'm trying to do with the platform is to have a message of hope, that there is opportunity in hardship. There is opportunity in hardship, and that's where we are here on April 16th, 2020, is finding that opportunity. And folks that understand this, that are business mindset, understand that finding that opportunity is going to be pivotal for coming out of this on the other side. We're going to get to 3 more headlines shortly. Before we do, I'm going to get Pattie on the line now, Judah. Pattie's going to be live from Animal Connection, which I'm really excited about. She's a businesswoman that has run a business for more than 20 years in the McIntire Plaza. And Pattie, we're going to go to you in about 10 seconds here. I'm going to hype you and promote you big time here. For almost 20 years, she has been an absolute rock star in this community. She is the founder of Dog Fest, the most fun outdoor party for dogs in the Ix Art Park. She has a business that for almost 20 years has proudly served the Charlottesville and Central Virginia community through its perch in the McIntire Plaza. And her business is doing well. It is doing well. And let's go to Pattie on the line now. Judah, please. You are live on the I Love CVille Network. Pattie, hello. How are you? I'm hanging in
Jerry,
there.
what's going on?
Thanks for coming on the show. How are things doing? What's good at Animal Connection?
Oh, man, we are smoking today. We've got the curbside deliveries online. We are just...
Well, I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Let's throw this to you here. You were talking about this yesterday on What's Barking Local on the I Love CVille Network. We were talking about the need to just keep moving forward. We just had the Brian Schornberg from Keswick Vineyards on the show, and he was talking about that. Let's talk about ways that you have done that personally at Animal Connection. The innovation.
Which part? Well, so we're throwing things out there and seeing what sticks, and some things do and some things don't. What's been really successful is we mystery bags. Where big didn't fly out the door, and gosh, you put them in a bag and put them at a discount and don't. And all of a sudden now you've got a rev way better than a sale. Well, we took the same kind of concept, and we're doing Kitty Cantina, and we made it our drive-through dog. We're doing the curbside pickup. They get a free box of treats and yummy things for either dogs or cats, and that's been super
exciting,
successful.
Pattie. I've always loved how you do stuff like this, and it really inspires me as well. How have your customers responded to this? I mean, how are they interacting with your store?
I love it because now they're bringing it, so the dogs get to go out and they get their picture taken, and we're making a little bit of a fuss over them, and it's a day, but it's way more exciting than TV right now. So fun for them to come out, and it's fun for us to see our friends, and it gives the dogs something yummy that they're going to want to. So just doing little things like that are a big difference in keeping our customer connection. The other things were a lot of the rescue groups, and providing to not just a local rescue groups like Green Dome Passings, but now we're starting to get involved with providing things for Meals on Wheels, the food banks. We just got a call from our the Virginia mountains, and service of pet food pantries that are out there. So we're participating in that, and not only for us to be active in the community, but just to do something that really makes a difference with the resources that we have.
Pattie, our guest here on the I Love CVille show, she's been kind enough to join us here. The store looks great, Pattie. I love the colors. Give us a little tour.
Okay. Oh, I think I can do that. Well, since you've got a beer walk behind you, I think you can see this. So we have got these really cute collars that have got beers on them, and we had biscuits made leftover hops from the beers. And let's see, like boys. Oh, where are those? Oh, this is our new favorite. We've been doing Tyrannosaurus Rex races with these things. They're just super cute, super fun, and they're really. What else do we get? Kangaroos, and they've got a little extra toy, and just big fun like that. I think the most fun thing that we had was our toy, with the chicken and waffle, just weird stuff like this. Eggs Benedict dog toys. I mean, your dog needs one. So, yeah.
Oh, Pattie, it's so good catching up with you. I wish you the best. Thank you for joining us. We got to do this again. Tell Mark I said hello. Oh, we're going to get a photo bomb from Mark?
Jump in. Yeah.
What's up,
Come
Mark?
on in to say hey.
Pattie, you rock.
How's it going?
Thanks for letting me come on.
All right, you have a good one. Thank you, Pattie. Oh,
Bye.
that was so good. Oh, man. It is a little choppy today. We apologize for the choppiness there, but you see what we're trying to do. We're just trying to check in with our friends. Our friends are just people here in Charlottesville. What I'd like to do, some folks that are tuning into the show now, Judah, I'd like to give them some positivity in their life. So why don't we stop from the top with the headlines. We're going to see if we can get, and I'm corresponding with Hunter right now. We may be touching base with Hunter tomorrow at 12:35. I'll keep you posted on that. We're Facebook messaging. The one that I think is so positive is get Hunter's news back up there. We're in a COVID-19 pandemic, and this guy has got the courage and the vision and the entrepreneurial spirit and the chutzpah and the hustle to launch a new brand, and it's Ice House, Champion Ice House, a gathering place we can gather again. Its tagline is cold beer, hot chicken, and good friends. Who the hell doesn't love cold beer, hot chicken, and good friends? I sure do. He's doing it with Craig Hartman and Chris Henry. Craig Hartman of Barbecue Exchange and Chris Henry of Stony Point Design and Development. I mean, Craig Hartman is undoubtedly one of the best barbecue guys out there. A lot of people call him the godfather of chefs. So many chefs in Charlottesville have worked under Craig Hartman. Curtis Shaver at Peloton Station, our good buddy, to name one. Melissa Close Hart at Junction, another one that I can think of. Brooks Tanner, who's up in Philadelphia, my boy, another one. When you're Hunter, one of the things I've admired about Hunter, and someone tell Hunter about this, Hunter is developing and like evolving and maturing so much as a businessman and entrepreneur. I mean, what was it last year? End of last year, I think it was December. He announces the partnership with J.R. Hadley. J.R. Hadley, formerly of Boylan, on the corner, Boylan Heights, the owner there. J.R. Hadley sells Boylan Heights, takes a short hiatus or a short break, jumps back into the game from a F&B standpoint, like a director, a VP of F&B in the Champion Hospitality Group. Hunter understands partnering with good people. He partnered with Mo Covington, who's come on this program to build a whiskey or a bourbon brand. Was it Cavalier Whiskey? I think it was called Cavalier Whiskey. Mo Covington, a former football player in the University of Virginia. One of the things he does well is partner with good people and put it back on screen. Ice House, a good example of that in Gordonsville. Craig Hartman, here's an interesting tidbit about Craig Hartman for those that are watching here. Barbecue Exchange and Craig Hartman is the #1 tax driver in revenue in Gordonsville. Barbecue Exchange and Craig Hartman. Here, Hartman's making Gordonsville even better with this partnership with Hunter Smith and Chris Henry. And let me give you a tidbit about Chris Henry. Chris Henry's come on this program. Chris Henry of Stony Point Design and Development. Chris Henry is the guy behind the Dairy Market, the old Monticello Dairy Building. He's the visionary through a partnership with Paul Manning and PBM. PBM sold. Paul Manning got a buku bucks from selling his business, PBM. So Chris Henry's the guy that's building Dairy Market. And I love what he's doing there. Tom Bowe of Take It Away Sandwich Shop. Angelique of Angelique's is going to be over there. Jay Pun's opening up a restaurant over there. This is great. I'm highlighting this because it's positivity happening in our community. Another positive story, throw the Nelson County story on there, Judah. The Nelson County supervisors giving more tax relief to their residents. They're not asking for first quarter specifically taxes that are pertaining to, does not affect taxes that are pertaining to motor vehicles and machinery and tools taxes. They're literally taking a hit, Nelson County is, of about $2 million by not collecting this tax. $2,051,542. They're taking a hit. But the supervisor said, let's throw this $2 million back into the local Nelson ecosystem. Let's throw the $2 million back into it and help these small business owners. I applaud these guys for doing that, and I encourage Charlottesville City Council and Albemarle County Board of Supervisors to get even deeper into the relief game. And people are going to be like, yes, that's going to impact the 2021 budget. We know it's going to impact the 2021 budget. We have to get to the 2021 budget before it's going to impact it. And if small business owners don't get to 2021, that's going to impact the budget even more. They're like, Jerry, don't do this. We can't throw these tax breaks out to small business owners and residents in this community right now. This is going to backfire. Think about this. If 50% of the restaurants in the city of Charlottesville close, if 50%, that's going to impact the budget even more than offering some tax relief right now. If small business owners across the city and across Albemarle County close their doors, the revenue that will be lost in Q4 and 2021 and moving forward will be more impactful to the Charlottesville municipality and the Albemarle County municipality than the revenue that's lost in the short term by offering deeper tax relief. And I think that needs to be done, especially, and throw the SBA loans headline on the screen, especially after seeing this at 10 a.m. this morning. And this is a little bit of sobering news for those people that are watching this program right now. The SBA loans that Congress and the federal government put into effect for small business owners, they've been tapped out. And we don't know if another round of SBA loans are going to come into play, but the ones that were issued are hasta luego, peace, so long, see you later, gone. $349 billion, billion with a B, $349 billion pieced out through the Paycheck Protection Program in what, less than 2 weeks? So sobering news for a lot of small business owners out there. Sobering news. We were reading profiles in the Daily Progress and in the CVille Weekly from Mark Mincer, the owner of Mincer's on the UVA corner, and he was talking about applying for the PPP loan, and it hadn't happened yet. And I'm sure a lot of small business owners out there are in a similar boat. So this is very sobering news. And I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I'm just trying to be realistic. Another realistic headline, and we put that out there, is over 20 million Americans filed for unemployment. Last week it was 6.6 million Americans. 6.6 million Americans last week filed for unemployment. This week it was, 5.2, 5.3, 5.3. So close to 12 million Americans in a 2-week period of time have filed for unemployment. I mean, have you thought about that? Watch it. I think you're going to see the federal government slowly issue more tax relief options to small business owners. And the $1,200 stimulus checks that are coming now are going to have a short-term impact on the economy. I encourage anybody that's watching this program to actually put the $1,200 stimulus check that you're receiving in the economy to good use. I'm not saying going on a spending spree on Amazon, a spending spree at Walmart, a spending spree at Shenanigans, anywhere, okay? Put it to good use. This is the time to hoard and save. That's going to have a positive effect on the economy, but at the same time, it's something that we should watch. I'm an optimist, I'm a realist, I'm a libertarian, I'm a hard worker, I'm a family-centric guy that has a handful of people that rely on what he does 70 hours a week to put food on their table, including a 2-year-old little boy that I love dearly. And it's a time that is nerve-wracking and uncertain and scary for a lot of people, and it's nerve-wracking and scary for a lot of people because of the uncertainty of when it's going to be over. I think when this is said and done, and I hope as an optimist, also a pragmatist, I don't know if you can be both, but I'm a hopeful guy, a positive guy. I think fourth quarter, I hope could be gangbusters. I hope Q4 is going to be gangbusters because of the pent-up demand of people social distancing and staying home and not going out. And I think Q4, if we can get to it as a Charlottesville, Central Virginia, and Albemarle County community, if we can get to Q4, then I think we're going to be potentially in a good situation. It's going to be the holidays, it's going to be New Year's, it's going to be Thanksgiving. People are going to want to get out and spend some money. If we can get to Q4, things could be all right. That's the I Love CVille Show. You see what we're trying to do? I'm trying to relay stuff that I'm seeing as an owner of an advertising agency, as a guy that talks to 8 to 12 small business owners. I don't want to say it. I probably talked to 20 small business owners in this community. Well, with this show, I probably talk to 30 small business owners a week with this show. I'd say 30 is a conservative number. And I'm trying to relay what I'm hearing from the market and from the street to you guys in an approachable and educational scenario. That's all I'm trying to do. And I'm a proponent of health and safety, and I'm a proponent of getting over this, and I'm a proponent of doing the safety and social distancing and staying at home protocols that we all need to do. But I'm also a proponent of small business owners out there that have bled, sweat, and cried and busted their ass for what they're doing and the impact it's going to have for the economy. It's such a fine line, such a fine line, such a fine line between safety and health protocols and devastation potentially for a small business world. So I'm trying to keep that into the spectrum, into the spotlight, into this show. My name is Jerry Miller. It's the I Love CVille Show. We'll see if we can catch up with Hunter Smith. I really want to catch up with you, Hunter. We're interacting right now tomorrow at 12:35. Enjoy your afternoon. Take care.